Welcome back to the last chapter of the saga for a solid floor. The Drug Runner Ranger is finally getting the interior finished out. I am so tired of working on this, but let's not spend too much time on this. We'll get right into the work. One thing I really hate about this Harbor Freight piece of shit, one, it doesn't really hold blades well. I've had a couple blades come out on me. Two, who wants to do this? But who wants to lock it on? Ridiculous. If you're one of those people that leaves your power tools on the ground when you're not using them, unplug them shits. You ever stepped on a grinder and lost a toe? Sure, somebody has. That one's bent. Not supposed to do that. All right, we are free and clear of those brackets. Damn, we're making progress, bro. So this is stripped of what needs to be stripped of it, and this is the last thing we need to do this before we actually start cutting it to size and fit it. But before we start doing that, we've got to cut some stuff out of the truck itself. Next up on our agenda, we've got to take these out without damaging the floor too much. I think if we drill them, we're gonna leave holes, and I really don't want to leave holes. Day. So we've got this laid in here pretty close to where we want it. We've definitely got to do a lot of trimming to get it in here, but I mean, it's fucking going. That's impressive. So we've got all of our clean cuts here. I mean, they're about as clean as they're gonna get. And I trimmed this cross member pretty flush. I set the other floorboard piece that we got cut out up on here, got underneath and marked that. So I'm gonna cut the cross member sections. You can see where I've got that marked, and I'm gonna cut those cross member sections, but I'm not gonna cut the pan itself. I'm just gonna cut that so it'll slip in there, and I'll weld that cross member to the other one. The front fits over what we've got. I haven't trimmed this up yet. I'm really honestly afraid to because there's not a lot of room. But it does need to get cleaned up before we get to gluing this together. Look at that, it's all sitting down into place. Now, we talked about how this was different. I just cut that, and then I'll weld a plate in there after. Probably use something thicker to try to brace it more. But shit, yeah, dude, we've got a pretty rock solid setup here. It overlaps everywhere that it should. Well, how about it? Got the seats mounted in there. With these being in the same position and mounted, they're bolted at the back, bolted at the front. That's gonna keep this thing situated where we need it. Now I'm gonna pull the welder over here and I'm gonna sit in the seat and run a couple of long tacks on there. Do the same on the other side, pull the seats out, and this thing should be 100% centered where it needs to be. And from there, I'll just start cleaning up and tacking where I need to. Smoky. So we've got some initial tacks in here, just holding place for everything. I'm going through and centering everything up. Once I've got everything centered and I've cut off some of the excess that I'm not using, then I'll go through and fully stitch weld everything and add my filler plate here. Still not sure how I'm going to do that. I might just cut the little flaps off, or I might try to work with that. Who knows at this point? Well, unfortunately, it's on and off raining, but that's not gonna stop me. I gotta get this fucking floor finished, bro. So I've cleaned out the garage enough to fit the truck in here. Now I'm about to drive the truck with no interior and the trans half mounted. We're gonna drive it up in here, just nice and slow. I need some lights though. It's pretty dark in there. I gotta put back the cardboard covers for the windshield and all the windows and everything. And then I'm gonna get a light rigged up in here. We'll keep on welding. All right, we got lighting now. Yeah. All right, we're set up. Let's get this thing finished. A little further on the welding, we've got this piece here that goes in that hole, and we've got to get that filled up. I decided to cut the little wings off because they weren't going to be manipulated in a way that was going to leave it relatively clean. So I'm going to throw this on there and then hit it from underneath to kind of get that smoothed out, and hit it from up top to get that smoothed out, and then cover it with carpet so nobody finds out. Shoo! All of the welding is done. From here all the way to there. And now that all the welding's finished up, we're gonna go ahead and hit this with some rust protection. Now that I've huffed more paint than I'm legally allowed to, here's what we got. If it can't match, paint it black. That's the motto. So we see we've got this nice, gorgeous satin gloss finish. I just wanted to make sure that everything that we fucked with was painted and protected. I don't know how rust works from Texas. So everything is welded except for that top ridge there. I already cleared it with the owner of the truck. We've got seam sealed. I mean, kinda. It's sealant. So once all this dries, we'll go ahead and run some seal beads around there, up there, and then we'll go from underneath and do it from down there as well. The only areas that I'm seriously worried about are right there on each side, because obviously I can't weld under that. I didn't detach this cross member completely. That would have been ignorant. And the front where it's not welded. But I think it's going to be fine. I mean, this shit was hardly welded to begin with, and he's been doing great ever since. So I'm kind of low-key proud of that. I mean, I made the bins and everything and matched that up pretty good. I'm low-key proud of this whole project. Hell yeah. So that's going to wrap it up for the Ranger floor series. I'm so glad it's over. We're done. I've just got to put the interior back in, and we'll be rocking and rolling. Now, I do still have some miscellaneous stuff that I have to do here and there, so you may not see it out of the vlogs all the way yet. It may still be here for another week. Who knows? Okay, real quick before the end of the video, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to hit the like, the notification bell, the share, the copy link. Just hit all of them. And also check us out on TikTok. We've got a bunch of videos that go up there that don't make it to our other social media platforms. And we're kind of gaining some traction over there. They seem to like us on the tickety-tockety. So check that out. We're definitely not mechanics on everything that you need, unless it's Cash App, then we're def not mech. But don't forget to send some money to us. Later.